But yes, we are in to game number 2 here, or our second game rather. It's not game number 2, but this is a best of 1 between theonlybaus and bwinner.
It is. We have bwinner playing as the Russians on the right-hand side of the map. They're placing his TC really close to his starting one, not looking to get out on the map and claim extra resources, just wants the extra safety of having them both together, cluster them together, and get the extra defense that gives. Explorer getting out onto the map, finding 60 wood, a tomahawk, which you might come back to, and ignoring that 40 XP treasured there. But his opponent, theonlybaus, playing as the French. We saw France last game in this exact position on this exact map.
Yeah,
we're playing on Arkansas again, which is, I'm going to assume that's correct. Even though
we might be on the next round now.
It said round of 32. Maybe we are in the next round, though, because I would expect most of the round of 32 games to be done. Either way, this is what we're playing, right? And he, too, is going to place his TC in quite a similar position.
Yeah, quite close to his starting town centre, not really out on the map. Sort of more defensive, and I expect both players probably looking to do some kind of fast fortress play, as they were both sort of built very defensively here. But treasuring is all well and good. theonlybaus collecting 60 wood, and bwinner about to collect up, is that 90 wood there? 95 even.
Yeah, a stand of basswood. Basswood is one of the nicer treasures, pardon me, and yes, he's going to be able to pick that up as Russia there. I wonder what he'll do with it, though. He has 100 wood in the bank already, so 95 wood's going to bring him up to 200 or 195, and perhaps we'll see a villager sneak off onto wood just to get enough for a trading post or something like that. We'll keep an eye on how he intends to use the wood in the early game, but those are the best kind of treasures, the ones that you can sort of find and incorporate into your build whilst you're still in Age 1.
Yep, and if we look at the economic unit population as well, we can see that recalculated, they're both on 11. But yeah, I was just about to say, look, theonlybaus, I forgot I had a second TC, because if you looked at the economic population, he was only on 8, while bwinner was on 11.
Yeah.
Which says to me he wasn't training Vils.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's
Hangover is a good unit, he says. I agree.
Yeah,
fully.
That's not ideal to forget that you have 100,000 bits coming in there. Thank you very much, Quer308, for the support. We do appreciate it. And you've ruined my train of thought, so thank you very much for that.
Thanks for throwing us off with your 1,000
Yeah, no,
bitties.
I'm kind of like...
You get a little heart next to your name now. If you didn't know, by the way, the more bits you donate to the channel, the bigger your heart gets.
And people... I suppose that's accurate, really. I don't know. Yes. Where are we? bwinner going for the Cherokee Rifleman treasure up in the top here. And, oh, yeah, we were talking about the town centres. Okay, that's what we were doing. Yeah, so, despite forgetting, who was it that forgot?
theonlybaus.
theonlybaus. So, he did forget here, but it looks like he is going to train. He's got 20 villager population now, or 16 actually, but he's going to start using that. I don't think it will make too much difference, actually.
No, it should be fine. Can we look at units in queue? Because I want to see the... yeah, there you go, 6 villages in
9
from bwinner.
Yeah, that's 2 batches, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
2 batches and then 1 batch or something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I just want to say bwinner. I always think of bwinner as the B in bwinner standing for bread.
Breadwinner.
Breadwinner.
Oh, that's an interesting take on it. Yeah.
That's kind of what I think, anyway.
If he comes to the LAM, we'll have to ask him. He's still not sure if he can come, but
because why would you decide to be bwinner instead of A-winner?
That's true. A is obviously better than B.
Exactly. So go and look in the phone book. Aardvark taxis. AA taxis. you know how it is? They always put the A's at the start so they come first.
Yeah, AA taxis.
If you're in our case, you put an exclamation mark first, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, no, we better not, actually. But they are now going up to the next stage. theonlybaus going to be going up with the, by the looks of it, Quartermaster, which is the ordinary 400 wood politician, and the same for bwinner as well. Neither of them going to use any of the new politicians, just going to stick with the tried and true.
This is nice, though. bwinner actually sending economic theory first. Obviously knowing that his eco population is going to be increasing at a faster rate. going for that tech earlier than, distributivism, for example, which he's gone for second.
I don't know which is better. I'd still say distributivism is like more resources per second, but I think what he's done is, this is wood, right? Yep. What he needs is food. Yep. Russia find it really hard to queue. Trying to get both batches in both TCEs is really food demanding. So this actually does benefit food, whereas distributivism doesn't. Yep. And because you're staying age 1 so long, you probably do have time for an extra shipment. And you can see bwinner, he played in one of the Smackdowns previously. He always turns up with crisp and prepared builds, so he knows what he's doing. Probably why he was annoyed that Ottoman was banned, because it was one of the civs he'd actually spent time investing and preparing for. But you can see he's going to have a shipment available roughly as he ages up, and this is looking like a pretty good build, or a nice build so far from bwinner. He's clearly thought this through.
Let's check only boss. It looks like he's adding a military production building. It's going to be the stable there. So in contrast to last game, the French player may very well be looking to harass a little bit here in the colonial age, and you can see he's got a hussar in queue, so he'll be looking to do some early damage. Likely will be still trying to follow up to the fortress age, but bwinner looks like he's macroed straight up for fortress.
Wrong map again. Oh, okay. Well, the players
don't know what the map's supposed to be. That's sort of an admin thing.
Yeah, let us know. That would be good. So, but either way, we're playing on Arkansas. Whoopsie daisy. Supposed to be high plains. Hopefully, it won't change
Well, what if
things.
it's not the wrong map? What if it's actually the right map?
Then
because everyone seems to be playing on Arkansas. No, they're playing on high plains over on ESOC.
On the ESOC stream, yeah.
Whatever.
But the first batch of units does come out, going with 5 hussars. bwinner will scout the hussars, his low HP explorer. We'll just get finished off there. But looks like he is going to have time to train them, and he's going to send 700 coin behind it. I suppose when you've got 21 vils, in fact, more gathering food, you can just send the 700 coin and go right up to the fortress age.
Yeah, possibly. And meanwhile, bwinner may end up having his blockhouse denied.
Yeah,
looks like it. And if he's quick,
even if it goes up, he's certainly going to
just get it.
Just lose the one villager there.
But still, that's not too bad.
This is one of the troubles. We were talking about not using your TC in age 1. Well, this is why, right? Because you can lose a villager like that. He hasn't got any military units out yet, and all of these vills. In fact, he's losing another one, a third one. You're gonna, take a lot of. If you don't you've lost some vills, and you're also gonna be in the town center. Currently 10 in there, 12 in there. Lots of gather time being wasted. Yeah,
absolutely. And for what investment from the only boss? I mean, he did 5 in total, hussar. It's not a huge investment, and it's sort of paid off already in a way, killing some vills, and he's now ahead in economy.
Yeah, and it may well have been a reaction to seeing that Russia was staying age 1 for so long, because if they're just not aging up, you're just going to get, it's so tempting, you're easily going to get damage done with those hussars, and that's
I think generally the longer you stay in age 1, the faster and smoother your transition to age 3 is going to be, as a result. I mean, I might be wrong on that, but, it seems like that's been the case in both the games we've seen so far. In Age of Empires 2, it's certainly the case.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't have shipments. But we do see forward buildings here. 2 racks from Only Boss right within spitting distance of bwinner's base.
Yeah, they're like as close as you can get, right? 2 barracks is going up in his face here.
Oh, I spit on you. He's so close. He's in the middle of the map. But, only a boss here. Once again, forcing those vills into the TC.
Yeah, and these 3 hussars really running him ragged. That's the issue with aging up late. I think we've highlighted it there. But let's see. He's clearly a bwinner. I thought these 10 musks, I thought they were in these red barracks. Is not the case here. Nothing in these red barracks is just yet. But there are now musks coming from the blockhouses. He has got some musks on, and he's now able to start protect. Oh, and an 11. Okay, he's up to fortress. Right. I didn't even notice him go up to fortress.
Oh, he was first up.
Okay. He managed to do it without sending gold. So
that's what he was transitioning all of his vills onto gold after he reached the colonial age.
Okay, here we go. And
as he was aging, rather.
These have just gone up here, and that's a big army.
And there's a skirm in both barracks here. So French player sort of just going straight into skirm. Obviously, Ruskits against those won't be very effective, but he could easily add some cav as well. He does have a stable. Maybe we'll see some Cossack on top. But the veteran upgrade coming through for bwinner there.
That is the case. And now they've actually got this. Once this comes in, they'll have the same stats as ordinary muskets, which is kind of funny, right? They sort
still
of
suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that skirm dragoon combo, it's difficult to deal with, especially if you play sort of, I guess, traditionally with cavalry and musk, right?
Yeah. Skirms coming in now. Are going to chase the villagers off the hunt. And the muskets can't do anything really about that.
Nothing at all.
I think he's going to need, say, 2 falconet shipments in order to make his musketeers actually relevant. Because currently the skirms are just... There it is, right?
Yeah. And he also has the 5 Cossacks popping now as well.
And Minutemen
so
popped at the same time. He's looking to take this fight. Cossacks coming forward to try and stop the skirms escaping here. And once they get into combat, the musks can get up close. And now the cannons here are going to get 1 volley off. But France going to try and get out of range of those 2 cannons and just continue kiting.
Oh,
nice volley.
Nice volley. That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think really the Cossacks, they all went down, but were they wasted? I don't think so. I mean, he ran them in knowing that he needed the snare, and even though he ran them into the goons, they got the snare, allowed the falconets to get into position.
Yeah, and we saw those 2 good volleys, right? So it worked out. It looked like it was worth it. But cannons of bwinner have arrived as well. Here they are on the map, and that's what, pardon me, of Baus. To combat bwinner's falcs. So they both have falcs now, and it looks like this is going to be a falc war. It's going to be fastest finger first, and who can control that artillery really nicely.
Yeah. Oh, and it's so tense when you see this, because once those falcs go down, you could be in big trouble. But a nice volley from bwinner onto the skirm, but he does lose a falc in the process.
bwinner loses 1 falc there, and a big volley onto the musks as well. He's going to have to get out of here. Can't really take this. Going to set the cannon up in limbo mode and get out of there for the time being. So doesn't do too well in that falc exchange, but going to keep his second falc alive and get back.
What's bwinner going to send next? I mean, maybe it's kind of difficult. I mean, he sent 11 muskets, which aren't effective here against all those skirm. I mean, does he send 5 Cossack and then run them into the goons? I don't think that's a good play either. So it's kind of awkward at the moment. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good question there.
I mean, maybe the Cossacks in enough numbers will just take down those cannons, and we'll have to sort of, accept that he will lose some to the goons.
Okay, here's his response to the cannons.
There it is.
He's going to make
a pause.
culverins by the looks of it, and those are going to be really helpful for handling, obviously, the falconets. In terms of what units he'll make, I have a feeling he'll just send 20 strelets. He's already sent musketeers, hasn't he? I can't check his deck.
Yeah, he sent musk. I think, maybe Strelet could be good.
Because Strelets are just, obviously good against the Dragoons, very good against the Dragoons, and against the Skirms, they trade just fine. The trouble is Skirms do have more range, but such is the way of things. You just have to deal with it. So I think the Strelets would round out his composition quite nicely.
Yeah, this investment though into the artillery foundry, it's going to cost him a lot. Right, the wood to build it, the gold to train them, they're not cheap. And meanwhile, look at only Baus's eco. He's
6 AoE3s.
What's that, sorry?
6 Oprishniks from Russia.
Ah, right. I see.
But you continue your thought.
Yeah, I was just going to say, his eco's looking really good at the moment. Got a lot of food in surplus. He can obviously adapt to what he needs to do there, whether he wants to age or whether he needs to add more units. This is perfect. Gets on top of those cannons and they're gone.
Yeah, there are Dragoons here, and he's going to pay for it, but killing off those Falcs.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he didn't
He
want to.
actually didn't kill that other one?
Yeah.
I thought that one was dead.
It looked pretty dead, didn't it? But he didn't want to pursue any further. Those Dragoons, I don't know if that really doesn't seem like it was worth. I think he didn't realize he would be on top of the army, and then when he checked his army, he's like, oh god, I'm here, and just slammed his attack move. Didn't work out because, when you've actually got culverins, maybe that's not the best decision. Oh, okay.
He went 2 Falcons instead.
He's trained 2 Falconets, so he intends to win the Falc War just by making more Falcs and not actually training the culverin. So I take back what I said about this fight here, because now he's got both these Falcs slightly lower, and he can pick that one off quite easily now.
One shot from a Falc will take that out, right?
Yeah.
And then,
and this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Playing chess again. Whilst he's up in the top,
you kill my 1 blockhouse, I kill your 2 barracks. I mean, that's a reasonable trade. But he has got units up there in the north. They're villagers, and he cannot afford to lose that many villagers right here. In fact, He's got a lot of undefended villages in the north. I do not like this. bwinner could lose a lot here.
Yeah, so he lost his block. He killed those 2 barracks, but he's traded, as you said, a blockhouse, and now these villages as well. These ones, I think they've been scouted. Skirms have a really long range, and the Dragoon's coming to head them off there.
Oh my goodness. Can he get the trade in the south, though? He's raiding down there as well.
Oh, okay.
And this is good.
There's a Appreciative mixed in here.
So much better, right?
So this seems like he's escaping these vills. He's going to lose a lot. Oh, no, these ones. Well, let's go to units lost and compare, shall we? Because this is a big deal for both players.
Oh, he's going to kill every single one of those Courrier de Bois. Obviously, he's also losing a lot of vills at the same time. But at the end of the day, they still come out about even by the looks of things.
Yeah, 18 vills to 14, and now 15 CDBs, and he's going to lose some more on this coin mine.
Is it? Not overkill at all.
Yeah, cannon raid.
Here we go. He's going to get them in the range.
Oh,
and then
wow.
Bam.
This is good.
Nailed.
And look, he's distracted chasing these villas up top whilst his gold mine villagers are dead. And now only Baus has just lost every villager gathering coin. Well, not every villager. Nearly. These guys are... That's a lot. He's lost 20. They both lost 21, but we know CDBs are way better. So, yeah, it looked bad for bwinner, but he's come out ahead there.
Wow. Yeah, that was definitely a better raid for him. And at the moment, he's slightly ahead in eco. He's got that extra cannon as well, which is strong, but he is behind in military unit production at the moment. We also see the cav combat coming in for early boss, and a lot of units starting to mass up right outside of his base. So many goons. I don't know how he deals with that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of goons. Thankfully, Strelets and Musks, they're actually, they trade quite well against the Dragoons.
We're about to find out.
The goons are going to be so effective at killing these cannons, which
are right in there.
Yeah, and France just has more units in general, right?
Cannons get him back.
He does get them away. That's really important for him. And he doesn't take the fight. I think if France took the fight, he would have won there quite overwhelmingly, just because, these units, they may be 1 pop, but they're still weaker than these skirmishers, which are 1 pop. And he's got more units. The red has more units.
He does. Well, he also has 2 cannons up in the north, which I think has out of position, right? Like, he wants to probably bring them in and try and get them into the fight as well. But...
God, bwinner's lucky there. Had that fight taken place, and those cannons could so easily have been sniped off. He's lucky there.
I mean, he's behind in military as it is. If he lost 3 cannons as well, he'd be down to very little.
Yeah. But he is really quite far ahead in eco, because having the same ecos when you've got eco theory, as well as he sent refrigeration and royal mints.
So greedy.
It is very, very greedy. But if he can pull it off, his eco is going to scale way better.
Cannons.
Yeah.
Setting up.
Does not quite enough range to get to those.
No, not at the moment, but here we go. The fight's going to take place any second now.
Yeah, muskets coming in now. And lots of gendarmes, though, which is going to be a big issue for all this closely packed infantry, which is going to just get...
Okay, 2 cannons down at the back from Only Boss. They didn't shoot on the infantry of bwinner at all, but bwinner here struggling for numbers, and those gendarmes just absolutely melting the front lines.
Tearing him a new one.
Oh my goodness, he's lost everything. That is awful. Strelet's just not going to stand up to that. And in the end, I mean, France with just a stronger unit composition.
And just more units in general as well. Yeah. Oh dear, I'm not sold on refrigeration followed by royal mint. But if we take a look at his deck, like, what would he have sent? Like, I guess military shipments. Yeah. But yeah, it was very, very greedy. Didn't look like that's going to work out in the end. And as a result, he's now got no units, and his opponent's got this whole army.
Yeah. It's pretty over for bwinner by the looks of things. Oh my goodness,
Big
that eco
Willie
in the south.
Coming in with 2,500 bits. Foof indeed. bwinner says GG. I say GG. And yeah, I'm going to set it to 1 anyway. Oh no, that's the wrong player.
Wrong player. How could you?
2.
2. Sure, there you go. Only Boss, the winner of that game there. And there you go. I mean, France losing our first match, winning our second. A lot to be said about France, I think.
Yep.
Very strong.
We shall have to see. They didn't win the first one. Did you say they won the first one?
No, they lost the first one. They won the second one.
Yeah. That was a really, really convincing game from theonlybaus there.
What do you think went wrong for bwinner? I think really it was, well, his decision-making just didn't seem great. I mean, let's start with the military shipment, right? 11 Musk.
Yeah.
Going into Skirm Goon. Might not be the best unit shipment at that point. Then, of course, sending refrigeration and Royal Mint as well. It's quite greedy. It's very eco-based. But in the end, I mean, he just didn't have a strong enough army to take on that. I mean, Strelit's going to die to the Cuirassiers, the Musks dying to the Skirm, and then the cavalry dying to the massive amounts of goons.
Yeah. I think that what stands out to me was his decision to play in Age 3 with Russia. Like, Russia generally is a civ that prefers to be in Age 2. Once they get... Because going up to Age 3, they have to get the upgrades for all of their units, whereas other civs sort of shadow tech. And they're very good at keeping their opponent in Age 2, and that's what they want to do, just like stop France from going there. I suppose, though, his build was more...
But, France... My point really is France has the stronger units in general, right? But we didn't see a single military upgrade from bwinner that game. We didn't see any Strelit upgrades.
We saw veteran musketeers.
Well, we saw that, but I mean, no shipments, right? Nothing that's going to be sort of bolstering that weaker army. And he never had the numbers either. So I think you're going to struggle in that situation.